If you're looking to make some skincare changes for the spring, our next guest has got you covered.
Yeah, you may have seen him on TikTok a time or two. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Munib Shah, otherwise known as Derm Doctor, helps his nearly 18 million followers find their way to healthy skin. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me on. Let's talk about some skincare trends.
Well, I know there's some that, we see them all the time. Welcome to the show. So we got a few of them that, you're either a fan of or not. The first one, though, you're a fan of is skin minimalism. It's been a top trend for a little bit now. Why do you like that?
Yeah, so skinimalism.
Oh, skinimalism.
They're making the word even minimalistic at this point. So this is the idea of basically simplifying your skincare routine. What I saw during the last 3 years is this hyper-consumerism around skincare. And so people are just buying way too many products. They don't know how to layer them. They don't know what's working. They don't know what's hurting their skin. And so I like this idea of skin minimalism where you're doing less and you're just picking the products that are actually going to help your skin. Simple 2 or 3 step skincare routines that are actually quite effective.
And it seems like there are just so many skincare lines out there. Okay, we'll probably talk about that. But the second trend you created yourself is called spring cleaning. What is that?
Yeah, this goes along with my skinimalism trend right now, is the idea of, well, you have all these products, what do you do? So you go through this spring cleaning process where you look at all your products on the row, you decide, does this actually work to solve my main skin concern or not? And then if it doesn't, then you get rid of it, and that's your spring cleaning process. And then that's also switching your routine over from the winter to the spring, which means using lighter weight moisturizers, making sure you're getting that sunscreen back in your routine consistently, even though you should have been doing it all winter anyway, but making sure you're being consistent about that. So that's my spring cleaning that I want everyone to jump on.
Okay, so I want to talk about some of the not so healthy trends because there are things out there that are downright scary that I see on TikTok that people are doing. And the first one you want to talk about is home mole removal. So what do you want people to know about the dangers of doing that?
Yeah, so most at-home procedures are going to end up being dangerous. And so a lot of times we see this idea of, oh, I have a skin tag or I have a mole and I can remove it at home by either burning it off or using some type of chemical that you find on Amazon. It almost always ends up bad. You almost always end up in the dermatologist spending more money than you would have if you would have come to us in the first place. So if you have something on your skin and you don't know what it is, or you think you know what it is, please don't remove it at home. It most of the time is either going to cause scarring or you're going to end up removing something that shouldn't have been removed in the first place.
I'm always so shocked that people do stuff like that and then they're shocked when it's not working and they show their reaction. I can't believe this didn't work when it just sounded scary to begin with.
Right. And I think that's partly because we have minimal access to healthcare at times, and so people are looking for their own solutions, but a lot of times those solutions lead to more harm than good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so finally you have commutation of aesthetic procedures. What is that and what does it mean?
Yeah, so the commoditization basically of skincare procedures or aesthetic procedures to me is starting to become very concerning. And now this is right on the headlines. There's this viral video going on TikTok right now where somebody went and got a BBL or IPL procedure done, which is a type of light treatment or laser treatment, and they ended up with really bad burns. And I think what we see happening is that there are very popular brands out there with different aesthetic procedures. So that could be Morpheus 8 or Halo or even Botox or Restylane or Juvederm, right? So people come in requesting these procedures, but really what they mean is I want to have rejuvenation or I want to get rid of my wrinkles. And so when you go in requesting a specific device and then you end up not looking into who's doing the procedure, but that you just want the specific device used on you, it may not be the right device for you. So we know with darker skin tones, you have to be very careful with IPL, BBL, because it can lead to very severe burns. And so I just don't like this idea of commoditizing the procedure. It should be more focused on care and the outcome of the treatment rather than the device that's being used itself.
Well, Dr. Shaw, thank you so much. Thank you for continuing to educate out there. I know you've got a large community, and I know they certainly listen to what you have to say. So thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me on.
All right, to see more of his skincare tips, follow him on TikTok at Derm Doctor.